Gracious me!
What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another edition of Team of the Week predictions. This week, of course, it is week number 5. It's International Week, which normally used to mean not that many great players in Team of the Week. Now, though, it means that we could get some tasty players here or there, and if they include certain players from certain competitions, we could get even more. So listen out for certain explanations within this video, because there are going to be some people who will be included and some that won't be, that you might expect to be, if that makes sense. In goal, we're going to kick things off with an 82 rated Russian goalkeeper by the name of GUILHERME. Pretty sure he's not Russian from birth, but there we are. 5 saves and a clean sheet in a 2-0 win, and of course he plays for Lokomotiv Moscow. Our first outfield player is going to be James Coppinger? Not quite sure. He's from Doncaster. He got himself a hat-trick of assists in a 3-2 win. There's a risk here of being demonetised, and I think you might know what it is, so I'm going to call him Totw instead of the hard T. The Frankfurt man got 1 assist and was crowned man of the match in a 2-1 win. This guy looks like a pretty decent right-back. Unfortunately, I don't think anyone's going to be able to fit him into their teams. Bakakis, I think is how you pronounce it. The Greek got a clean sheet and was crowned man of the match in a 1-0 win. A name I've always struggled with, and I don't think I'm ever going to get it right. Kazayashvili? I have no idea. He is from San Jose Earthquakes, and he got 2 goals and was crowned man of the match in a 3-0 win. Another pronunciation hurdle right here in Alexandru Shipshu. That's what I'm going with. The Romanian got 1 goal and was crowned man of the match in a 2-1 win. Carlos Fernandez up next for a hat-trick in a 4-0 win in one of the rare league games that have actually happened this weekend. Gutierrez has the potential of going from a 77 to what I would believe is an 81. We don't have really confirmed figures at the moment, because obviously 81 used to be where players had to be involved in sort of Team of the Week packs. That's not a thing anymore, so he could potentially only go to 80, but the Colombian got 2 goals in a 4-3 win. Borek Dokal up next. The Philadelphia Union player got 2 assists and was crowned man of the match in a 2-1 win. Very similar situation up next for Kololi. I've probably pronounced that completely wrong, but he managed to get himself 2 goals and was crowned man of the match in a 3-1 win. Pandev up next, a Football Manager Live legend. 1 goal, 2 assists and a man of the match award in a 4-1 win. Not the only Macedonia player, by the way, to feature. There's one in the possibles. Who remembers Football Manager Live, by the way? You can only have 1 player per server, so there's only 1 of Pandev, and he used to go for millions. He was one of the best players, at least in the early stages. Anyway, let's stop talking. Let's move on to the next player. Followers of the channel, and not just of these style videos, will know that I really like Aleksandar Mitrovic in FIFA. He's been one of my favourite players to use every year that he gets himself an inform, and I think it looks like we're about to get another one. 2 goals and a man of the match award in a 2-0 win, and he would actually fit the meta of this FIFA as well, so I really am looking forward to this. Our first member of the starting 11 is Lukas Radecki, the now 86 rated Finn of Bayer Leverkusen, of course, kept a clean sheet in a 1-0 win. EA can quite literally do whatever they want with regards to goalkeepers. They just pick random ones sometimes that even don't do anything, or some that I've missed. So take it with a pinch of salt that I've picked Radecki. That brings us nicely on to something else that EA might decide to do. Now, I've put Arias in here for 2 assists in a 4-2 win. However, this was a friendly. The other international matches that we've named so far have been actual competitive fixtures. Friendlies are only ever included if there are quite literally no other games on. So if the Team of the Week would literally just be full of bronze players that no one's ever heard of, then they'll pick from friendlies. I've never known them to go for friendlies while there are competitive fixtures on. However, everyone on Twitter, all the investors and some people in the know seem to be touting that there will be informs from friendlies. So just take this once again with a pinch of salt, that I'm choosing few players from friendly matches. Mark Bartra is yet another player from a friendly game. In fact, there's only 1 more, so it's not like, you know, they'd be going crazy by including loads of friendlies. There's only 3 players that I can find. Mark Bartra actually got himself a goal in a 4-1 win over Wales. In fact, he's not the best player from that team. In fact, he's probably the 3rd pick from that game. However, Paco Alcacer already has himself an inform this week, and Suso got himself one last week, so I would find it difficult to believe that either of those can make it, and that's why I've gone with Mark Bartra. Okay, so same situation again here. We could potentially see Eric Bailly. I'm not sure whether they're going to count friendlies, I know, but he did manage to get himself a goal and keep a clean sheet in a 4-0 win. Wasn't exactly the stiffest of opposition ever, but still, you got to be in it to win it, and he was, so could we be seeing this card come Wednesday? Virgil van Dijk up next, and potentially one of the first players on the list that I'm sure a lot of you wouldn't mind having in your defence. He was heavily involved in the victory over Germany, scoring a goal and keeping a clean sheet in the process. That game, of course, ended 3-0. So our third and final friendly pick is going to be Sandro. Now, I would not be complaining at all here because I desperately want this guy for my Road to Glory team. He got himself 1 goal in a 2-0 win. The game was pretty much wrapped up anyway, but this just finished things off in injury time. Would not be complaining at all if I got this guy in my weekend league pick. I'm going to struggle massively with this. Yes, we have downgraded hugely because Selnas, I've got no idea if that's how you say it, but that's what I'm going to go with. Ole Selnas. He got himself 1 goal and was crowned man of the match in a 1-0 win. I don't think it's a usable card for anyone, but it's a thing. Now, speaking of usable cards, this definitely is Carlos Vela, normally, I believe, a right wing. This could be a position change. The LA man got 2 goals and 2 assists and was crowned man of the match in a 4-2 win for Los Angeles. And again, like I said, position change looks like a fairly decent card that you could now get a soft link to Ibra. We've had a few semi-decent players along the way. Now we're into the good stuff. Bernardo Silva might not be your cup of tea, but in this FIFA where pace isn't exactly king, this could be a decent card. He got 1 goal in a 3-2 win for Portugal, and like I said, looks decent. Probably won't be that expensive either. So the next 2 players are potentially huge with regards to gameplay itself. Like, they both suit the game very, very well. People are using these type of players left, right and centre. And with weekend league picks being a thing every week, you're going to get a chance at this if you finish with a weekend league pick. Marko Arnautovic is a big player here. The West Ham man got 1 goal in a 1-0 win. It's not the biggest chance in the world, but with a sheer lack of big names floating around, I wouldn't be surprised if he made it in there, nor would I be complaining. But the next guy will blow your mind. Romelu Lukaku, without any shadow of a doubt, will get himself a Team of the Week card this week with 2 goals and a man of the match performance in a 2-1 win for Belgium in a competitive fixture. There's no way EA can deny him, and he will be the spearhead of this week's Team of the Week. So, out of all of the players that I've mentioned so far, which one would you like to get in your player pick? I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but I think it's probably going to be Lukaku for most of you, and then maybe Sandro, but let me know in the comments. Now, we move on. The possibles up next. A fair few players in here considering there weren't that many games on, and I'm sure there will be a few of you interested in 1 or 2 of them. Not too much love for the lower league players, so it would be nice to get Luke Norris in form, although having said that, I don't really know how packable he will be, seeing as people don't tend to open silver packs. He got a goal and 2 assists in a 3-1 win. Dmitry Nazarov up next with a goal in a 3-0 win. Earlier I mentioned Pandev and I went on about Football Manager Live, and for that I apologise. But up next we have Trakovsky, Alexander Trakovsky. He got 2 goals in a 4-1 win in that game actually that Pandev got himself. What did Pandev do? He got 1 goal, 2 assists. So it could be 1 or 2. I've gone with Pandev because it's the most desirable player. But, I mean, to be fair, there aren't that many players in Team of the Week. So it could end up being both of them. But I went for Pandev. Christian Penilla up next of New England. And he doesn't look that bad, to be fair. I'm not sure many people will want to use him. But he doesn't look terrible. He got 1 goal and 1 assist in a 2-0 win. Popov looks pretty useless, let's be honest. I don't think anyone's going to be using this card, but still, it's an inform, so if you get it, it's an easy 10k, 2 assists and a Man of the Match award in a 2-1 win. Now, I mentioned friendlies before, and I'm not sure whether they'll be included, and I'm kind of going down the same road for the African Cup of Nations as well. I don't think I've ever seen EA include an African Cup of Nations player in a standard Team of the Week. They've given them special cards, sure, but I've never seen them give actual informs for it. So Igalo with a hat-trick and a 4-0 win for Nigeria, although he firmly deserves it and normally would be the first name on the team sheet there, I'm not sure whether they're going to give it to him because African Cup of Nations is a bit of up in the air. I'm not quite sure what the rights are, etc. So we might be able to look forward to it. We might be disappointed. Who knows? A late addition, and finally on the list, is going to be Mugosa of Montenegro. His goals helped his side beat Lithuania earlier this evening. And that marks the end of yet another Team of the Week predictions. The international break will be over next week, thank the Lord because I can't stand international break. But having said that, we've got some pretty decent players in this week's Team of the Week. If they include friendlies as well, we're going to have a really nice Team of the Week. So fingers crossed, everybody. If you want a different opinion on this, whether friendlies will be in or won't be in, go check out MPHD. His link is down in the description. He also does play reviews and a few other things. In fact, he's very close to hitting top 100 this week in Weekend League. So you may want to go check him out. If you have enjoyed it, do me a favour, smack that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. And until the next time, goodbye.